Hey there, folks. This is Mr. Young, and I want to go over some really important chemistry terms from this first week that are easy to get confused about, easy to mix up. Those are particle, atom, molecule, element, and compound, and maybe we'll get a couple other terms in there. All right, back in sixth grade, you learned about liquids, solids, and gases, or the phases of matter. You learned that really everything that we can touch in our universe is made of matter, and all matter is made of particles. Now, in chemistry, you're going to see a lot of particle diagrams. So here's a particle diagram that has 4 particles in it. These are these little purple spheres or little purple circles. They're meant to be some kind of atom, okay? Here's another particle diagram, and this particle diagram has 3 particles in it to a chemist. Each particle is made of 2 identical atoms that are stuck together or bonded together, chemically bonded together. So that would be 3 particles, 3 separate particles. Here's a particle diagram that has, how many particles here? This has 5 particles. We've got 3 of these yellow circles. Those would be some kind of atom, and 2 particles that are made of different kinds of atoms bonded together or stuck together. So these 2 Mickey Mouse looking things, each would be a molecule of a certain compound. So we've got 3 particles that are atoms, 2 particles that are each some kind of compound. So to review these terms, atoms are the smallest indivisible unit of matter. An atom is the smallest single piece of any type of element, like hydrogen or oxygen or magnesium or iron. Okay? Now, if you attach a couple of atoms together, you get a molecule. 2 atoms, 3 atoms, 4 atoms, more than 1 atom bonded together is a molecule. You can have 2 of the exact same atom bonded together. That's a molecule. Or you can have different kinds of atoms bonded together. That's also a molecule. Now, there's another word, compound. A compound means a molecule that has more than 1 type of atom in it. So here's a compound. This big white atom is probably oxygen, and these 2 blue atoms are probably hydrogen. So this is a molecule of H2O, or water. Now, this compound is also a molecule because it has more than 1 atom. But this molecule over here with the 2 blue atoms, it's a molecule, but it's not a compound. It doesn't have more than 1 type of atom in it. Okay, atoms and molecules. Again, here's 1 atom, here's another atom. Those are 2 different elements. The big white one might be oxygen, the small blue one might be hydrogen. Here's a molecule, here's a molecule. This molecule right here with the big white atom and the 2 blue ones is also a compound. If you do a search for molecule on some kind of search engine, you might get a diagram like this, and we'll be talking about things like this later in the year. It's just a 3-dimensional version of this molecule, and it also is a compound in this case because it's made of more than 1 kind of atom. Now, you may have heard of things like neutrons, protons, and electrons that are inside of these atoms. We'll talk about that later. Don't worry about that for now. Okay, now the periodic table, it just is a list or a chart showing all 118 different kinds of atoms that exist in our universe, or the 118 different elements, the elements of the periodic table. They're just different types of atoms. Now, I've used the term bond. A bond is just basically a thing that holds 2 atoms together. So here's an atom, here's an atom, here's a bond holding the hydrogen and the oxygen together. Sometimes you'll see a molecule drawn like this. If they're stuck together like that, that means they are bonded together. They are chemically bonded. Okay, that is a review of some terms that are easy to confuse. You might want to watch this video a second time because these terms, they're easy to confuse. Thanks for watching.